officer assigned to the 92nd Division. When I graduated from OCS, in one paragraph they commissioned me as second lieutenant, a 90-day wonder. In the next paragraph they activated the 92nd Division for World War II. So I'm the first. The reason I'm dressed like this today is to simulate what it was in North Korea during the early 50s in that cold winter. But I'm also the Army's first black helicopter pilot. And if you watch that MASH hospital program on TV, that little helicopter that brings the wounded into the hospital, that's what I used to do in Korea, among other things. The general that spoke earlier is a post-Truman officer. I'm a pre-Truman officer because it wasn't until Truman integrated the services that blacks could get a chance to get promoted. I served all of my time in the 92nd Division with no promotion because the policy of the division, the division commander, was that no black officer should command a white officer. So they just kept sliding the movement. Now, even though Truman integrated the services in the last part of the 40s, it didn't take place until about the early 50s. They had to wait until all of the generals commanding things had died or retired, because in the military they call that sliding the movement. In other words, you pretend to do something, but it never happens. But when they all died, then the general that you heard tonight, his generation, people were promoted on the basis of their competence, not their race. Actually, the commanding general of the 92nd Division wrote a letter to the Defense Department indicating that a white officer serving with black troops should get extra pay because that was onerous duty. And that was classified secret at the time, but if you go to the U.S. Archives, I have a copy of that letter. I could talk for on and on, but I'm fortunate that when I retired from the Army, I had a couple of degrees and I went to work for IRS, and I became a senior executive, which made me equivalent to a lieutenant, to a major general. So you win some, you lose some. I think that's enough now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hairston. I think I know who we're inviting next year for our keynote. Thank you so much. It's awesome. I just want to ask you, what is your secret to being so young and vibrant at 96?
Well, the secret is having good genes.
That's what's up.
The first bastardization of my family was when the master bought my grandmother in 1800 for a barrel of tobacco. And I'm descended from one of the 6 children that that couple produced. And one of those 6 children is I descended from that child, and my mother and father both descended from that, so we're crazy as hell. That's it.
Crazy in a good way, though.
Okay. How's
Right?
it?
You're crazy in a good way.
I like so. I think so.
Great, thank you so much.